Hey, 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 good morning. Piano Man 61 here. Happy Tuesday to you. Hey, I'm glad to see you. Glad you stopped by my channel just to visit for just a little while. I want to run something by you. Yes, it's Auburn Hate Week, and we're going to get to that probably at a later video. But I just want to bring something to everyone's attention that some of us are not talking about. I know this is rivalry week for many schools, but I want to give you something to to consider. Have you considered that this will be almost the last year of college football and really college sports as we know it? Now, what do I mean? Did you know that most of really all of the Division One schools have to trim their rosters? Did you know that? They have to trim their rosters. Just like in the NFL, just like in the NBA, just like in the NHL, just like in pro soccer or any other sport, the NCAA now, this trimming the roster thing just got real. And I'm of the firm persuasion that this is going to change the landscape of a lot of teams. Now, what does that really look like? Where there's a max and now there's a new max. In college football, your max used to be, I think it was 124, 125, somewhere along that line. Now it has to be trimmed down to 105, 104, right around in that area. Players. Now, what does that look like? What does that affect? How does that affect the team? I'm going to tell you how it affects it. A lot of our teams, the starters, we all know they scrimmage against walk-ons. They scrimmage against guys who are other scholarship players and this and that and the third. And the question is, who's going to get the axe? That affects the rhythm of a team. That affects the flow of a team. That affects everybody. That affects, you know what that also looks like? That means that some people from the bench, if you will, for the lack of a better term, they're going to be doing double and triple duty. That even includes even some of the starters might be doing double and triple duty even in a practice setting. This changes the landscape. See, this thing about the NIL and things like that, a lot of us, we made mountains out of molehills. And you know, like a lot of people were saying, quote, Coach Saban didn't want the players to be paid. That's a lie. He never said that. What he said was this NIL thing was going to perpetuate other problems, things that you don't even think about. And now we've got this thing called roster trimming. How do you think it's going to affect your team? Mine is Alabama. You bet it's going to affect us greatly. But have you sat down and thought about whomever your team may be? All I know is that everybody is going to be on an equal footing here in just a minute. I'm just being honest with you. An equal footing is coming. Now, who I feel sorry for are those guys who play for the love of the game. Those guys that just wanted to say, I was a part of the team. I didn't get a scholarship. I never was offered a scholarship, but I went to practice. They let me on the team. I walked on and I just wanted to be a part of the kickoff. I wanted to practice. I wanted to play up against the starters and help mold them into greatness, even though I was never given the chance to do that and to accomplish that. At least I could help in some way. Folks, our world is fastly changing. Things are not the way that they used to be. Those luxuries that a lot of us enjoyed, and even in just watching college football, those things are changing. So I guess what I'm trying to say is enjoy your time. Enjoy what we have. Enjoy it, because I'm telling you, some things are about to change. Even I'm also of the firm persuasion, even how the game is going to be covered in future days, that's going to change. A lot of things are going to change. Now, y'all might say that I'm being melodramatic, and I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to put something on your mind to cause you to think about the luxuries that we all enjoy, that of watching football. These guys go through a lot, and they have a lot on their brain. The coaches, the trainers, the players, their families. It's more to it than that. So while we're bashing them sometimes that they don't play good, and I get that, and let me address this while I'm at it. When you're talking critical about your team, that don't necessarily make you a fair weather fan. No. Because if they're not playing good, we as a fan base, we do have a right to say something about it. But now that this is about to come along with the transfer portal, man, I'm praying for our coaches. I'm praying for all of our teams. It doesn't matter who it is, that all the teams will fare well and be the best that they can be. But I know it's going to be a hard decision for some, coupled with the fact that you already have some players that are disgruntled, and that's on every team, and they're hitting the transfer portal, but it's not going to quite be as simple as it used to be. Stay tuned for further developments on how this is going to go. Going to be an interesting off season, and Piano Man is going to be right here for it. I'm Piano Man at Auburn Hate Week. I can't stand you, Auburn. So you're still on the clock, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So I might not see you today, but Piano Man is going to see you in the long run. Like and share. Looking forward to seeing you again. Roll Tide.